Where are you?
Right here.
Right, well, so what we were talking about. Right, well, what I was saying before about the what you mentioned about
How
time.
could you possibly need light when it's daytime?
It's dark.
Your eyes going out. It's not dark. It must be your age.
Could be. But anyway. So Alexander and I know each other. We go way back.
Really?
We have well, kind of. There is a council, unlike the Stone Council. It's not a council of dwarves, but a council of, well, lords. Watchers were called. It is up to us to make sure humanity stays well in check and safe. Alexander is a watcher of darkness. He goes by many names. Some people refer to him as Grim. Some people refer to his swell adversary. They also call him Iacus, Pitch. Really, the names change from person to person, but unlike the darkness, he is so mysterious. But the one thing I do know is he is, well, the epiphany to what isn't.
Did you say adversary? Why do I know that?
Because there's a lot of people who blame the end times on what is known as the adversary. And he has been called that before.
No, he told me a story about someone known as the adversary.
Hey.
So he is this adversary, or just incorrectly called it?
It's hard to say, but people will believe what they want. So, anyway, Alexander is the watcher of darkness. He's got to make sure that for every bit of order there is still disorder. A balance that needs to constantly happening. You were there and listened to us talk about what we call the cyclical turning of time. Like every day there is night. Like every winter there is summer. You heard it. But so goes life. You ever looked into the sky and see like a Milky Way? Or like that murky bit of an exploding star? Ever of that? You see that there? Have you ever looked also into an eye of another person and noticed the similarity between both?
I don't particularly spend my time looking into people's eyes.
Aye, looking in each other's eyes. Right, well, what I'm trying to say is there are children of the stars, each and every one of us. And there are some who have been planted within the stars themselves, the watchers, if you will. There are some that fall to the earth every time you see a bit of a falling star. That is a watcher coming to earth. Well, I call it earth, but really, these lands. A watcher falls from the sky to then be planted to watch and make sure that humanity doesn't, well, fuck itself over. They call me a watcher of winter, an ice shaper, a snow shaper, and all that. I am no ice dwarf, like the Icehammer clan, but I am a dwarf. That's true. I've spent my life dedicated to frost magic, but that is only because the best thing in nature that can preserve through time is ice itself. That's this constant argument that I have with Alexander, is the end times are coming. This is happening again, Frostgrin. He wants me to rewind time. He doesn't quite understand how time works if he wants that to happen. He's trying to resurrect some sort of dragon, riders of some sort.
Yes. These dragon riders. So he speaks.
Aye. They say that when Alexander fell from the sky to watch, to do his duty, before he fell, he was known as Alexander. He was known among the Dragon Riders as a priest of some sort. His speech and his... Oh my god. Thank you. His knowledge of the lore of the Dragon Riders is extensive, but that's only because he's been watching them for a while. They took him under their, dare I say, wing, and he'd been known as Father Alexander. But someone powerful, just as powerful as him, stopped him from his reign, and is now stuck, bound to, darkness. Because a watcher fell before his watch ended. But now I'm here among the dwarves to try to keep everything safe and everything from going back to hell the way it was before. I think we're doing well.
So guys were some sort of yin and yang.
Hey, well, not really me, but more of the humanity is more of the one of the sides, and then of course, there is also darkness, that is the other. I guess you could say I'm the spot on that one side of the yin and yang. I am the eye guiding it. Well, at least trying, pulling the threads at humanity to try to save it. But the thing is, humanity can't know this, at least not now. That's why I'm telling you, Shaye. Because you are in fact a little bit of both humanity but also darkness itself. But I did hear that he called you spy. Is that true?
I'm not quite sure what I'd be spying on.
How? How?
John,
Jesus.
these fuckers hurt.
Yeah, they do. Golly good. But yeah, that's pretty much that. The dwarves think I'm an ice mage, but I'll go with that.
But you're not. You're some sort of higher god.
I'm no god.
Aren't you?
No, I was a watcher. We're more of an elite group of mages and sages throughout the years who have ascended into some sort of council of called the Watchers. No god. More like angels, really.
So, if you're not higher beings, then what says your idea of right, wrong, light, darkness, winter, summer? What says that that's the correct way of things?
What was that?
If you're not a higher being that's truly sent to make sure that humanity or this world goes a certain way, then who's to say that your way is the right way?
Ah, well, you're not wrong there in thinking that. But we Watchers come from the stars. We Watchers also have heard the voices of the true adversary and true Draco, as well as the Lady of Light. We know them all. We've heard them, and we've also heard them when they speak. Now, like I said, I am no god. I am just a messenger and the Watcher to do their bidding. Not here to preach about the gods, but here to just save humanity and keep them in check.
And how often do you save humanity?
Well, whenever a star falls, the Watcher is here, trying our best, because that means the end is close.
Then I suppose the real question would be, is humanity worth saving?
Aye, that's always a question that comes up at the round table of Watchers. We look into our palantir, high above. We stare into it, looking down at what we have left here on our petri dish of a world. And we see that. We see the plague spread, but we don't do anything about it until usually it's too late. But we try our best to stop it because we're too busy thinking, is this time worth it? Every time we let humanity live once more, they, well, fuck it up and stain it again. But like I said, look into the eyes of your friends and look into the eyes of anybody who's well not a shadow, and you'll see that resembles in there is a bit of a nebula, a bit of a star. The children of the stars, that's what we all are, aren't we not?
No. But you're probably not asking the right person that question.
Aye, I know. But next time you perceive something, take a look into their eyes. Very well, it's getting cold again. Should probably make our way back. Remember.
Cold. Go ahead.
This little secret about who I am is between us, alright?
I still don't quite understand the importance, but I have no need to tell anybody.